Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to the NoDQ live recap of WWE's NXT Takeover Toronto. I am being joined by the ladies of NoDQ, Caitlin, as well as female Aaron. What a show tonight. We are here in Toronto. We got to see the show in person. Now, this is actually my third NXT Takeover event that I've been to. I was at the Chicago show in 2018, and then later in 2018 I was at the War Games show. Caitlin, I believe this was your first time at an NXT Takeover?
No, we went to Mania for 34.
Oh, that's right. I
That was the
totally
only one,
forgot.
right?
So this is the second one for the two of you then?
Yes.
So overall, I'll start with you, Caitlin. Your thoughts on this show? Was it something that lived up to your own personal expectations? I could see you got the Adam Cole.
Yeah, I thought it was a great show. The matches were amazing. I just got kind of tired at the end. So
Well, if you're tired,
I was conking out.
if you're tired tonight,
Wait till tomorrow.
how are you going to handle SummerSlam? Because that is going to be
Maybe not well.
quite the endeavor. Aaron, how are you feeling about the show?
It was great. Takeover is always great. I feel like you always know it's going to be a good show, and tonight was no exception. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and I did want to give a shout out to Colin Andrew, as it is his birthday. So happy birthday to Colin. We will not be singing to you, but I do want to wish you, on behalf of everybody at Team NoDQ, a happy birthday. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the first match, which was for the NXT Tag Team titles. We had the Street Profits with their big entrance. They had the red cups. Actually, cups were being handed out to the fans at ringside before the pay-per-view officially started.
Not just
We
ringside.
did not get one. The section
Everywhere
next to us had
except
one.
us.
Yeah, you guys were very disappointed. You
Yes.
did not get the cups.
Yeah.
It's solo cup.
We had Street Profits defending against Undisputed Era, and I'm not sure who the two of you were rooting for.
No clue.
Yeah. Aaron, I'll start with you. Your overall thoughts on the match, and how did you feel about the Street Profits beating Undisputed Era?
I enjoyed the match. I thought it started off a little bit slow. It wasn't probably my favorite tag team match that Undisputed Era has ever been in a takeover, but overall it picked up and I did enjoy it. And I'm not mad about the Street Profits winning. That's kind of the thing with NXT. It seems like there's really no heels and no baby faces. You just kind of like
No
everybody.
disappointments.
So I mean, I wanted Undisputed Era to win, but I'm not mad about the Street Profits.
Yeah, I mean, just like the other matches that I've been to, Undisputed Era always gets a really positive reaction, and it was very much 50-50. I think the fans chanting for both teams, Undisputed, Street Profits, lots of dual chants. Caitlin, your overall thoughts on the match, and were you surprised? Because I think with the predictions, I think both of you went with Undisputed Era, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to, or I wasn't trying, but I was thinking that maybe they would give all the gold to Undisputed Era across all the matches, but that did not happen. And I actually did want the Street Profits to win, but
I did not.
that was not my pick for prediction, so there you go.
Now, Montez Ford, and I'm starting to get the names correctly. Montez Ford is the smaller of the two. He was doing the Rock's shtick. He was trying to do the people's elbow and then got cut off, and that got a lot of boos. Crowd was very unhappy about that. The crowd absolutely loved him doing the Rock's shtick. And then there was this one point in the match where Ford was almost on the verge of tapping out, and he ended up being saved at the last minute, and the crowd gave them a standing ovation. This was a really solid opener, really fun match, and Ford ended up picking up the win with the frog splash, and great start to the show.
Super chat.
Oh, we do have a super chat from Boston Punk, and can you guys read it, or did it disappear? All right, I'll have to get back to it here. 1 second, we are dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties. Okay, I got it now. Okay, Boston Punk, so the two of you are here for the first time for this momentous occasion. The brand new NoDQ Super Chat champion, and now I have to block somebody. So, Caitlin, can you tell us who the new champion is?
Boston Punk, and I can't quite read it yet. SummerSlam in Boston 2020. Let's make a Boston NoDQ meetup happen.
I agree. I mean, I would love to go to Boston. I mean, that's been on the list of cities that I've wanted to go-to for a WWE event and just visit Boston in general. I know a lot of great people there. So thank you for that, Boston Punk, and congratulations on being the first Super Chat champion of the evening. Virtue's here. Virtue was very entertaining. Virtue, you definitely made my night with some of your commentary. I mean, Virtue is very vocal and very opinionated, and I was just having a great time. So let's move on here to the next match, which was a women's match, and I'm not sure the stat on it, but I think this may have been the first singles women's match on a pay-per-view for NXT that wasn't for a championship. I'm not sure if that's accurate.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I think it's true.
It's been a while for sure. So Io Shirai has this whole new entrance. I kind of got like Nine Inch Nails vibe from the music. Like, what's that song? I Want to F You Like an Animal. What's that song called? Closer. Closer.
I was like, I do not know that song.
I know, if it's not Backstreet Boys or...
No, that's not true.
I
We know all
the
kinds of
song,
music.
I just don't know
I know,
the name.
I'm being a jerk. Yeah, that song definitely reminded me of Io Shirai's entrance, and I kind of like it. I like her new look, and it's like, it's got a very cool vibe in my opinion. You know, it's not like your stereotypical type of, you know, for a Japanese wrestler type of gimmick. You know, it's different from Asuka and Kairi Singh, which I think is a really good thing. You know, I like that she's kind of developing a different type of character. So I really like the whole presentation with her. And Caitlin, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on the match, and I mean, did it exceed your expectations? I mean, what were you thinking going in?
Yeah, I thought it was the match that I was least excited for, and it was probably not my favorite match of the night, but I might put it as a tie because I was so unexpected that it was so good. So they did a lot of cool stuff. I really liked it, and yeah, I did like the entrance and all that.
I mean, it felt like a main event caliber match. I mean, they were kicking out of everything.
Yeah,
it was very
exactly.
back and forth. They got me a couple of times. Like, I was thinking this was going to be the end of the match, and then it kept going. So they really did surprise me with this one, and all the suplexes. I mean, it was pretty intense. Aaron, your thoughts on the match?
I really enjoyed the match. I mean, like, you know, Io can go and you know Candice can go. It was really nice to see them together. They put together like a great match. Honestly, probably one of the best women matches I've ever seen at a takeover. I was very into the match.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, this was, I agree completely. This was definitely up there, I think, as one of the best women's matches on an NXT Takeover pay-per-view. And I knew Candice could pull it off, and Io Shirai is great too. So, you know, they really stepped it up here. And I do like the finish too, because Candice did not tap out, but rather she passed out. So she still looks strong in defeat. I'm still wondering what's going to happen with the NXT Women's Championship, but we'll get to that here in a few minutes. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I expected a good match, but for me, it even exceeded my own personal expectations. Next up, we had Matt Riddle come out. Matt Riddle called out Killian Dain, and that led to Killian Dain coming out. And this was a very Monday Night Raw style segment where they started brawling, and then the referees tried to break them up, and then they kept fighting. Crowd was chanting, "Let them fight." And then security guys came out, and the security guys, aka the indie wrestlers, started getting beat up. And then eventually, I think Killian Dain, who's that? Killian Dain put Matt Riddle through these two tables that were mysteriously laid out there off the stage. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about this segment. Just something, I guess, for both of these guys to do and get Matt Riddle, I think, more importantly, on the pay-per-view. Any thoughts from either of you regarding it that you felt like?
It was a cool little segment, but
Yeah, I was glad to see Matt Riddle. It's basically like the first time we saw him because he debuted at Takeover New Orleans, and he kind of just ran out before the show started, and I forget, he beat up somebody, and it was Cassius Ohno, I don't remember. Then the same thing.
yeah.
I see a lot of the same things, I feel like.
We do, the shows we go to.
But I enjoyed it. I liked Matt Riddle a lot.
Yeah, we were happy to see him.
You just like his abs.
I did.
Right, they're pretty good.
There's this guy sitting behind the two of you that was very flirty, and he was talking about, like, what was it?
Yeah.
Adam called, isn't he, like, really handsome?
I mean, he is.
I mean, I'll say it. He's handsome.
That's
He's
right.
a good-looking man. All right, so next up we have the triple threat match for the North American Championship. We had Velveteen Dream defending his North American title against Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, and Roderick Strong. Velveteen Dream had a great intro entrance. He came out to the Mounties' old WWF theme. I'm the Mountie, I'm handsome, I'm brave, I'm strong. I'm not going to sing it, but little throwback to old school WWF fans. And what's funny is, like, it didn't get that big of a reaction, and I think maybe it's because the fans, probably most of them, were born after the Mountie was a thing in WWE, which is fine. But for us older fans, like, I really appreciated it. I loved it. I thought it was great. And then they broke into this, the people that came out to the Mountie, they undressed and they were dancing. I think it was something about the Raptors NBA team, Toronto's team. I'm not the sports guy, but I think I got it right. So it was creative because this entrance got a pop from both the old school wrestling fans and the Toronto fans, with the NBA, in case the Mountie reference was missed by people. So it was really well done. Anyways, I talked enough about that. Velveteen Dream was also doing Bret Hart's taunt, the whole thing that he does. So he was really playing to the crowd with that. He is just so great. Like, his presence, his charisma, his look, everything about him. To me, like, I think they're doing it right with him because he's North American champion and they're slowly moving him up the ladder. There's no need for him to rush into the world title picture just yet. Slowly build the guy up. He's, 23, 24 years old, something like that. He's got his whole career ahead of him. And I like the fact that they're slowly building him up. And like I said before, they play their cards right with him. I think he's going to be possibly the future guy in WWE. He'll be the next Roman Reigns or John Cena guy. I feel like he's really got that chance to make it to that level. He's just that good. And the match was awesome. I mean, the crowd was giving them multiple standing ovations. Virtue pointed this out. Like, they worked really well as far as doing this triple threat match and actually doing spots with the three of them. Sometimes in a triple threat match you have one guy on the outside and then the other two guys are doing sequences in the ring. But they were doing things with all three of them, which I thought was great. Anyways, what do we got here, Caitlin?
Super chat donation. New super chat champion, Shanti Kurz.
You know what Shanti deserves? Since he's the new Super Chat champion, I think he deserves 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
Congratulations to Shanti on being the new champion.
And he said that he's back as your Super Chat champion.
All right.
Shanti.
So, Caitlin, any thoughts you had on this match, and what do you think about Velveteen Dream retaining the championship?
No, I have no problem with that. I love Velveteen Dream. Again, we were trying to pick all Undisputed Era because we thought that they would all have the gold, so that's why we didn't choose him, but I wanted him to retain. I don't think you did.
I did.
But great match, and they did a lot of cool things for a triple threat match that weren't typical, I felt like.
Like that double Boston Crab that Roderick Strong did.
Yeah.
He is quite strong, as his name might suggest. Aaron, any other thoughts you had on the match?
I think this was my favorite match of the night. I'm a huge Pete Dunne fan, so I was sorry, my sister's being weird in the background. So I was excited to see him. I just love his style and like what he does. So I was rooting for him, but I'm not mad. Dream won. Dream is a great character and a great champion. So
Yeah.
just a really
And I love
match.
that flying elbow he did from one end of the ring to the other.
Oh, yeah.
Such a great athlete. On top of everything I said earlier, the guy is a hell of an athlete. So hats off to these guys. I mean, it was just so fast paced
Yeah,
and
it was nice not, like Virtue said, there wasn't somebody lying on the floor half the match dead to come back in at the end to like try and steal it. They were all in the ring a lot of the time doing stuff together. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so next up we had the NXT Women's Championship match. We had Shayna Baszler defending against Mia Yim, and Mia's entrance was, I guess, supposed to be some kind of reference to her upbringing in California. At least that's what I gathered from the video package. the match itself was a big step down, in my opinion, from the other matches on this card. I mean, it was very slow paced, like everything. It felt like I was watching a match in slow motion, especially compared to the other 3 matches. Maybe just if you were not watching NXT and this was just a regular wrestling show, like it would have been all right. But just compared to the first 3 matches, like the pacing of it was just a big step down, in my opinion. I'm not sure what went wrong here. Maybe Virtue thought, his theory was that maybe they purposely did a slower paced match to give the crowd a bit of a cool down before the main event. But yeah, this was not too good, in my opinion. I mean, this was probably the closest thing to a bad takeover match that I could recall. Caitlin, overall, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, the crowd really died in energy during this,
Yeah.
and as did I. It was what kind of got my energy level so low that I was falling asleep a little bit,
Oh.
and I had trouble getting my energy back up, even though the last match was really good. So yeah.
All right, Aaron?
I agree. I really can't even remember anything from this match. That's kind of how boring it was. I was just tired during that match too, so it was hard to get back into the next match because that one was the pace just dropped off so much. So.
And by the way, for those of you that are interested in Virtue's thoughts, we were there with Virtue, Noah Foster, Stephen Osborne, and Jerry Slaughter. The 4 of them are going to be doing a separate pre-recorded video review that will be going up on the channel, so stay tuned for that. I'm sure they have a lot more to say about some of the stuff. We do have 2 more super chats here. So first up, Power Packers 90 with a $5 super chat. He says, Shayna has another slow match. She is the Brock Lesnar of NXT. Too overpowered and boring as hell. Wake me up when someone else is champ. 10 times new. So congratulations to Power Packers 90. I say we give them 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! Congratulations. But that was a very short-lived
Very short.
title reign. Aaron, would you like to make the announcement here? Can you read that?
I can read off of Caitlin's phone. All right, Mike B is the new NoDQ Super Chat champion. He says, NXT Takeover was great as always. Hope SummerSlam can be at least somewhat comparable tomorrow. Doubt it, but there's always hope.
Well, see,
There
this,
we go.
like I said, this is like a really good length of a show for NXT, like 2.5, 3 hours, and we're pretty tired. So, yeah, tomorrow's going to be challenging. We got the NoDQ meetup. We got a lot of stuff going on. We had a long day in general. We did the CN Tower. We're literally right across the street from the tower and the arena. I mean, we're in like a perfect location. Anyways, we do need to give him about 3 claps and a Ric Flair for Mike B. Woo! we got to get our rhythm better with that. But we'll work on it.
3 threw us off.
Yeah, 3. But Mike B is just such a great contributor.
He gets an
extra one.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so now we move on here. I mean, not much else to say about that match. I think crowd was definitely burned out from the first 3 matches, and just the match was too slowly paced. Although I feel like the crowd wanted to really like the match, like they were trying to get into it, but yeah, it just wasn't happening. And then, I did want to note this. So up on the the little video strip, whatever it's called, where it says Toronto, in the background there's it says Toronto, and then for this show there was a bunch of like text from a web page, which I wasn't sure if it was intentional or not, but it had Dean Ambrose's name on it. It was really awkward. Like, I thought it was intentional, but then at the same time, like, it just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, they never took it off. Like, it was there the whole time. So you would think if it was a mistake that they would have fixed it. But it was very bizarre to me. All right, so what do we got here, Caitlin?
Josh Mansfield, new Super Chat
My
champion.
man Josh Mansfield in the house.
Triple H just stuck his shovel up Cody's behind. I hereby relinquish the NoDQ championship to the queen of NoDQ, Caitlin.
Aww.
Hashtag can't wait for the wedding. Well, I will take that then.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Put it in good storage.
I will hold on to that.
All right, so we got to give Caitlin 2 claps and a Ric Flair. No, you can just soak it in. All right, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Okay.
Kara better watch this video.
I know.
That's Aaron's sister, for those of you wondering. Who? Okay.
Ooh.
Woo.
All right, carry on.
Okay. Carry on.
No, actual carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we had the main event. We had the 2 out of 3 falls match between Johnny Gargano challenging Adam Cole.
Baby.
So the first fall was a straight up wrestling match. And I thought this was all right. But see, okay, my personal issue with this match, at least for the first 2 falls, was that I was waiting for the third fall. Now, when we got to the arena, we got inside. There was this huge tarp above the ring, which was a square tarp, which indicates there's a cage under that tarp. And then we found out that it was a cage match with weapons, and we found this out well before the main event. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, we know this is going to the third fall. I mean, going in, I figured it was going to the third fall, but even more so now. So I was kind of bored with the match just because I knew it was going to the third fall. I thought there wasn't anything really wrong with the first fall. I just was waiting for the third fall, and I just wasn't buying into their near falls. I'm like, it doesn't matter because it's going to end up one apiece. They're going to the third fall. I did like what they did, although it was interesting. So the crowd was more into Adam Cole. I mean, definitely the two of you. The crowd was more into Adam Cole because they just like him. And I think something with Johnny Gargano being from Cleveland, again, I'm not a sports guy, but apparently people in Toronto don't like the Cleveland sports teams. Maybe somebody in the chat room can
Yeah, I didn't know about
fill
that,
me in
but-
on that. But they booed, when they announced Gargano's name, they were booing him. So I'm wondering what that was about. Because it's when they said Cleveland, so I think
Yeah.
it's some kind of sports thing. So, Aaron, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts on this first fall?
I thought it went too long. Like it wasn't bad. There was nothing bad about it, but it was just too long. Cause like you said, we knew it was gonna go 3 falls. So it was just kind of like, okay, let's get to the next fall, because you knew it would pick up with the second one because you knew it was gonna be a street fight. So that
Right.
was waiting,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. And plus, it didn't help that we were still like kind of down from the match before.
Yeah.
So maybe if it would have started with the street fight, it would have been a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, and for the finish, Adam Cole went for the steel chair, which is funny because he wanted the straight up wrestling match, so he's trying to
Yeah.
cheat. You know, he can't put away Johnny Gargano in a straight up match, so he's going for the chair. And then when the referee was grabbing the chair from him, Cole hit a low blow to Gargano, to which Gargano kicked out. So Gargano is officially tougher than AJ Styles, at least when it comes to his lower region of his body. The man has balls of steel. So Caitlin, what did you think about this whole sequence, and then the DQ? Gargano got the chair and used it on Cole. What did you think about this finish?
I thought that was silly. Because if you really wanted to go all out and win the match, why would you just do that and give up one of your chances at a fall, I guess?
Well, the idea is that you beat the crap out of the guy and beat him right away, which the first part of that is what
maybe.
happened. He started beating him with the steel chair, but then the fight continued. So it's not like he pinned him, the dasher, the structure, the barrier, back into the ringside area. And then I think it was it Adam Cole that got back body dropped onto the announce table, or was it?
It was
Gargano?
Adam Cole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the crowd started doing, like the Mamma Mia chants and whatnot, and they were really into it. Lots of weapons and stuff. And then Gargano did end up getting the win by submission. And then, of course, we found out third fall is the cage match with weapons. Crowd loved this announcement. They were doing the holy shit chants, ECW chants. Gargano and Cole were hitting each other with kendo sticks, and then they hit a dueling super kick, and then the crowd gave them a big standing ovation. Cole kept doing all these big moves. What's that Canadian Destroyer-like move? Do either of you know the
It's
name of the move?
Panama City something.
Okay, so he did like 2 of those. I think the second one was like, what, even higher up, like off the ladder, off the top rope or something. I'm trying to remember,
something
but
like that.
he did something that was more impactful, and Gargano kept kicking out of it. And then the crowd started doing the Yowie Wowie chant, which, as Virtue pointed out, good thing for Bray Wyatt, shows that, the crowd's really into Wyatt at the moment, and we'll see. I'm really excited. This is talking about tomorrow, but I'm excited about Bray Wyatt, but we'll get to that tomorrow night. Then Gargano ended up getting wire cutters, which were in a bag. The crowd was hoping for thumbtacks, I think. Like, they were chanting for that.
Which I didn't get because they were already killing each other. Let's make it 10 times
Didn't
worse.
need it.
Yeah. So he got wire cutters and he got some barbed wire, and then the two of them somehow ended up on the top of the cage, which had a table laid out there in the corner very conveniently. Gargano was trying to use the barbed wire, and then Cole was fighting him off, and then they both ended up throwing each other off the top of the cage through the two tables that were set up on the ground, and then Adam Cole, pulling a Shawn Michaels from 1997, leans over and puts the one arm over Gargano to pick up the victory. So Caitlin, I'll start with you. Your overall thoughts on this third fall?
Well, I think it picked up a lot from the first two, so I enjoyed the third segment the most, obviously. Some crazy stuff that last fall that the last that they did was absolutely nuts, and watching them lay there afterwards, it was actually kind of like, wow, somebody
you were
really hurt. So
I mean, you knew they weren't selling, like when Adam Cole literally couldn't walk, you knew he's not selling it. You knew as soon as he hit and covered him, the adrenaline was gone and his body was just gone.
Yeah, I mean, that was I love the finish. I thought it was a great sequence here. All right, so before we get our final thoughts on that, the Gameson 100 with a $5.56 super chat says, NXT was a good show overall, no complaints from the show. Too bad no Undisputed Era sweep. My name is The Game Is On 100. Oh, The Game Is On. I always say the Gameson. I think of Jameson from the Bobby Heenan show in the late 80s.
Game is on.
The Game is on. So Game is on. You're the new champ.
The game is not on anymore.
The game is not on, but we got to give him his two claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
Okay, so now we have a new champion who is Harold Warren. What does he say here?
I hope the WWE fans drink a lot of coffee or energy drinks to the 6 hours of the snooze fest.
I'll toast to that one. Well, congratulations and thank you for the $10. So now we got to give him 5 claps and a Ric Flair and a snap.
Oh, no, we'll stop. Just 5.
Okay.
All right.
Woo! Wow,
that was pathetic. We gotta.
Really bad.
Oh no.
Mike B with a $5 super chat.
Clap, clap, woo!
All right, let's try that one more time. One,
Okay,
2, 3.
Woo!
That was better. So Mike B's the new champion.
All right.
Everyone's coming in now. So before we get to the rest of these guys, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I guess we're just reading these.
Oh, after the match, before we get to the rest of these super chats, they're all coming in all of a sudden, everyone's donating. But we'll finish our thoughts here, so anybody that wants to turn this off can do so. After the match, there was this huge standing ovation for Johnny Gargano. Candice LeRae came out, lots of pomp and circumstance for his what appeared to be a swan song.
Graduation.
I mean, it definitely felt like a send-off.
It kind of did, yeah.
And you even had William Regal coming out there on the stage at the end. And this was extended. I'm not sure.
I don't think it was being.
They weren't on air. I don't
they were
think.
on air anymore. Anybody was on
Yeah.
air?
Question to you guys in the chat: when did it go off the air? I'm just wondering on that. All right, so let's get back to these super chats, and we'll see what the people in the chat room said. Big Rocker Johnson with a $4.99 super chat says, SummerSlam TV 14. Hopefully they do something crazy with Roman. Don't think anything crazy with Roman's going to happen, although maybe they'll do a big brawl with Daniel Bryan. Hopefully they don't do another pull-apart brawl. Wouldn't shock me if they do something like that. So, Big Rocker Johnson, congratulations. You're the new NoDQ Super Chat Champion of the World. So you know what we got to do. 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
And then Shanti comes back with a $5 Super Chat. Oh, snap. I don't give a damn about... What do? You gotta do that snap up here. All right.
I didn't even say it, did he?
Shanti Cruz with a $5 super chat. I don't give a damn about my reputation. You are living in the past. It's a new generation. And I am your 24/9 crown jewel champ.
Right.
Shanti, baby.
Yay.
Shanti. Oh, wait a minute. I just dropped it. Okay. So, 2 claps and a Ric Flair for the upside down champion, Shanti Cruz.
Woo! All right, and one more.
All right, we're finally catching up here from Power Packers 90 with a $5 super chat. He says, "Good takeover. I hope the Vince and Kevin Dunn takeover rumors are false so they can stay that way. Can't to be in Chi-Town on the 31st for All Out." I think he said, "Can't wait to be in Chi-Town for All Out." Yeah, I don't know if they're really gonna take notice for SummerSlam. I think I hope SummerSlam's a really good show, but I'm dreading the length of it, like most of the WWE pay-per-views. We gotta sleep in. We gotta catch up on some sleep here. So, anyways, to the new champion, Power Packers 90. How about 2 claps and a Ric Flair?
Woo!
And a snap.
No.
Okay, there you go. Shanti with a $1. Oh wow, Shanti just sent the first cat sticker super chat, so I have to acknowledge that. $1.50. So how about 1 snap and a Ric Flair?
Okay.
Woo! Wow, that was weak.
I know. Sorry. I'm really tired. Sorry, guys.
Josh Mansfield with a $5 super chat says, "The NXT title match should get 5 stars from Meltzer. Ladies, SummerSlam prediction video was better than guys. Missed Virtue on regular one. $5 goes to Virtue."
Hey.
All right, well, there you go. So how about 5 claps and a
Oh my God.
Ric Flair
stop.
for Josh Mansfield? 5. Woo! Okay, now let's do the letter grade for the show.
All right.
All right, I guess I owe Virtue a drink now, so I'll have to give him that drink tomorrow at the meetup. Okay, so I give the show an A-. I think the NXT women's match brought it down a bit for me, but everything else was great on the show. So A- is my grade. Caitlin?
I'm gonna say A- too, because the one match.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. 4 out of
Yeah.
5 great matches. Aaron?
We're in agreement. I
There we
would
go.
also say A-. I feel like maybe if I wouldn't have been there, I would have gone a B+. But just the atmosphere is always so good at an NXT show.
Yeah, I would
It's
agree.
hard not to be hype unless you get like the one match that.
Right.
So A-.
Media One Software gave it an A. Michael Wayne with an A. Gary with an A-. Kev Dog with an A-. Noah Foster was with us, also gave it an A-. So I think we're pretty unanimous with the people in our group that went tonight. Chris May says it gets a solid B, not the best takeover by any means, he says. Mr. Anderson with an A. And Big Roger Johnson said Aaron is cute. There you go. She is married though. However, Aaron's sister is on the market, I believe.
We do look alike.
There you go.
And Shanti gives it an A+. So that's, I think, the highest one I've seen. Why an A+? So you must have enjoyed the women's title match. So yeah, overall, fun show. I'm glad I got to experience it with some amazing people. And tomorrow night we will be back again, later than what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We may be even more tired. We may be zombies, but
We might be.
we'll have to soldier on. Hopefully we get a good night's sleep, and we got the NoDQ meetup, and we're going to try to keep it relatively low-key tomorrow. And we'll be back tomorrow night. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please share it, tell a friend. Let's do plugs real quick. Aaron?
Aaron, I'm like...
NoDQ.com/Aaron,
Thank you,
ERIN.
Thank you.
And
Same/Caitlin, KAITLIN.
My brain is gone.
I know, it's been a long day. A very eventful day, but a long day.
And Virtue is also single. He would like everyone to know.
Single and ready to mingle. All right. Well, maybe not ready to mingle. I think he enjoys the bachelor life, but maybe one day he'll change his mind. Maybe the right person will come along. All right. So on behalf of the ladies of NoDQ, I'm Aaron Rift. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Woo! Oh, I like that.